Okay, so I spoke in another video, which is at the top of the screen here, about how I utilize the PGM Tarot. For those who do not know, PGM stands for Greek Magical Papyri. This tarot deck was created by Jason Augustus Newcomb, and I will post a link to his Etsy page in the description below. Also, so everyone knows, I am not earning anything by promoting this tarot deck. I promote this tarot deck because I absolutely love it. Also in the description is a link to a Facebook group specifically for this tarot. So now let's get into it. Alright, so we know that the modern tarot is divided into the major arcana and the minor arcana. We also know that the major arcana are divided into three categories. Those are the 3 essentials, the 7 ancient planets, and the 12 zodiac signs. This gives us a total of 22 major arcana with the modern tarot. Now the PGM tarot, as I've stated in other videos, has a lot more than 22 major arcana cards. So much in fact that if you were to use them all in the deck, it unbalances the deck entirely. If you were wondering, the deck comes with a total of 44 major arcana cards. So to rectify this imbalance, I determined which cards would be utilized within my deck, and I'm going to share that with you here today, and also why I chose them. I did not change anything to do with the lesser arcana, as they are still divided into the 4 suits representing the elements of fire, air, water, and earth. It is important to remember that none of the major arcana cards within the PGM Tarot are labeled, other than the deity printed on the card. This means that there is no card labeled the Magician, the Fool, the Tower, etc. This is left entirely up to you. So starting off, I divided the major arcana into 3 categories: the elements, the 7 ancient planets, and the 12 zodiac signs. So the cards I chose for the elements are Rhea for the element of earth. This is because Rhea is known as the mother of the gods and strongly associated with Gaia. This one was a toss-up for me between Rhea and Pan. Persephone for the element of water. This is because Persephone is the goddess of spring, which is the season of growth. Without the nourishment of water, there is no growth. Chiron for the element of air. I chose Chiron because he guides souls across the river Styx to Hades. Air is the spiritually mediating element, and as such, it seemed fitting to me. Hades for the element of fire. I place Hades here because he is the king of the underworld. Now I do not correlate the underworld to the Christian hell, and if you recall in my video on the element of fire, Empedocles taught that the source of fire comes from Hades. I will link to that video here. I debated on this, as I could have also placed Prometheus in this area. Now I place Aeon for the element of aether. Aeon can be viewed as a being of light and the personification of existence, as an active, creative expression. This brings me to the 7 ancient planets. I've mentioned before in other videos that I have attributed each of the Olympian gods to a zodiac sign, so where you may wonder why the god or goddess of that planet has been replaced, you'll see soon enough. Now I chose Selene for the moon, which should be pretty self-explanatory. I chose Callisto for the planet Venus. Callisto was placed in the sky by Zeus as Ursa Major, who bore a son named Arctos, also known as Ursa Minor. Ursa Minor contains the star Polaris, or the North Star. Now Venus is often referred to as the evening star and the brightest planet that shines in our sky. I placed Hecate for the planet Mercury. Normally Hermes would represent Mercury, but I have Hermes placed somewhere else. Hecate frequently works with Hermes as well, so this seemed appropriate. I placed Helios as representative of the sun for obvious reasons. I placed Typhon as representative of Mars due to the destruction in the myths and the planetary associations of Mars being war. Now I've attributed the Agathos Daemon card to the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is often attributed to Zeus, who in turn is frequently attributed to the Agathos Daemon. Now finally, I place Kronos with the planet Saturn, which I believe is also self-explanatory. Alright, now when it comes to the cards I placed within the signs of the Zodiac, these are also the times throughout the year that I give offerings to the different Olympians. These associations are Athena for the sign of Aries. As the zodiac sign of Aries is associated with the head, as you may know, the origin myth of Athena being that she sprung forth from the head of Zeus, clad in armor and fully grown. Athena also embodies the traits of leadership, strategy, and courage. Aphrodite for the zodiac sign of Taurus. This is because the sign of Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus. Venus itself is associated with Aphrodite. This seemed like a logical and easy association. Aphrodite and Taurus are both tied to the harmony of nature, loyalty, friendship, love, and sensuality. Apollo for the zodiac sign of Gemini. Gemini is the sign of twins, and Apollo being a twin himself with Artemis. Apollo is highly dualistic in nature, as he is the harmonizer and destroyer. He can cure the plague or send the plague. Apollo was highly loved by the ancient Greeks and feared just as much. Hermes for the zodiac sign of Cancer. Cancer can be seen as a protective sign, probably more so than any other, with traits like empathy. Hermes is the great benefactor of mankind. Hermes is the friend, protector, guardian, and guide to mortals. Hermes is a mediator and messenger between mortals and the gods. Zeus for the zodiac sign of Leo. Leo represents the lion, who is the king. Zeus, being the king of the gods of Olympus, seemed fitting. It was also Zeus's son Heracles who killed the Nemean lion. Demeter for the zodiac sign of Virgo. The sign of Virgo is often portrayed as a woman carrying grain, which is an obvious connection to Demeter. Now, Demeter is not technically a virgin, as she has her daughter Persephone. However, Demeter has always appeared more of a nurturing goddess and not a sexual one such as Aphrodite. So in regards to virginity, it would not represent actual physical virginity, but rather a spiritual virginity. Hephaestus for the zodiac sign of Libra. I draw the parallel with Hephaestus being the smith god and having crafted the scales of justice. Hephaestus also crafted all the weapons of the gods in which they used to dispense justice. Aries for the zodiac sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by Mars, which in turn is the planet of Aries. Traits of Scorpio, such as determined, forceful, emotional, powerful, compulsive, and secretive, all resonate with Aries. Artemis for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is associated with the primal forces in the forest and is the archer of the signs. Artemis is the nocturnal archer and is associated with hunting and wildlife. Dionysus for the zodiac sign of Capricorn. I place Dionysus as an Olympian replacing Hestia. Now I do this because Hestia is the first for every rite, and a more modern myth states that she gave her seat to Dionysus. Now this is not agreed to by all, and you may choose to replace Dionysus with Hestia, which is your decision. Hera for the zodiac sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is directly opposite to the sign of Leo, in which Zeus is associated. Zeus and Hera are of two opposite ends of the spectrum and come together to create balance. Leo is the ruler, however Aquarius is the intellectual drive and understanding, the king and queen of the gods. Poseidon for the zodiac sign of Pisces. Pisces' sign itself is of two fish, and Poseidon is the god of the seas. Pisces also relates to the feet, and Poseidon is also the god of the earth ruling over geological processes. This gives us 24 major arcana cards, which is also the same number as there are letters in the Greek alphabet, unlike the modern 22 major arcana being equal to the number of letters in the Hebrew alphabet. Now finally, I do include Hestia as a bonus because she is first among the gods and holds the center of Olympus. Traditionally, she receives first portions of all offerings, and it is through Hestia that the gods receive their offerings. Now if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, share this video, be sure you're subscribed so you'll be notified when new videos are released. Now until the next time, may the gods bless you.